From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
We're not good enough. We haven't earned anything yet. We love the praise. Has been nice, but again, we haven't earned a daggum thing. We beat Garrett. We lost to a really good Angola team. If we want to continue to receive praise, these kids want to continue to earn victories. I got to do it on Friday night, and we'll see if we're ready or not.
We got to come out and execute, and we got to hit them first and not wait 2 or 3 drives like we have in the past to start playing with them. And we know we can play with them. It's just we got to match their intensity and their skill level.
I mean, our first NE8 game, I think it's really big. If we can get a good win here, we can get some good momentum going through the rest of the season.
It's going to be extremely hard. I think there's a lot of good teams in our conference. I think a lot of the teams that have normally been at the bottom are getting better. DeKalb looks better. Columbus City looks better. All those teams are, and they're gunning for the people at the top. And we got to work extremely hard if we want to bring home another conference title.
In our locker room, we put up 0-2. It's kind of weird to see us seniors in our previous 3 years. We haven't seen that record before, so we're looking to come out and not be 0-3. And just in practice, most coaches and the players have stepped up saying, all right, starting conferences were really important. We're going to win a conference championship, so it starts this week.
And with that, good evening, everyone. Welcome inside another edition of The Locker Room. That man to my right, Mr. Peter Hood. My name, Justin Prince. Pete, let's get to it. A little different version for our Game of the Week this week.
Outside the SAC.
Yeah.
Game of the Week, New Haven versus DeKalb. Kind of strange because New Haven coming in 0-2, and they were mollywopped last week, while DeKalb is 1-1, and they beat Garrett 49-0 last week. Nothing we saw coming. New Haven, of course, a perennial powerhouse in the NE8, haven't found themselves in this position in over a decade, and ironically enough, DeKalb hasn't beaten the Bulldogs in a decade. Let's head out to Young Stadium in DeKalb. Let's get right to it. Landon Miller, coming off of that monster game last week, gets in for the first score of the game, but New Haven responds. Tim Jordan got hurt last week. Back this week, he finds Kentrell Thomas. And Thomas, one of the best players in the area on both sides of the ball, finds the end zone, puts it in cruise control. DeKalb doesn't flinch, though. Miller, once again, this guy is emerging as a star on the scene. But how about this? New Haven, once again, Jordan the response. Nick Sexton in for the score. This one was back and forth, but the Bulldogs go on to win it late, 28-21. They're still on top of the NE8 for now.
There we go. Heading over to Leo now. Lions hosting Norwell to open NE8 conference play. It was a whole lot of Leo in this one. Alex Wortman, a nice pickup on the ground here. Just barreling his way. Ooh, a little clothesline there. And then why not let the kid, keep on going? A heavy workload for Workman and lifting the Lions in this one, but it would be Owen Lance who's going to finish this drive. He's going to get himself in for the touchdown on the little pitch right. Leo rolls to the big conference opening win, 38-14, the final. Couple other NE8 scores for you. C City topping Belmont 42-25, and East Noble going on the road to take down Huntington North 35-21.
All right, this was your game of the night in the SAC. 2 top 10 teams going at it. Lures playing host to Homestead, tied at 7 when we pick it up second quarter. Jordan Presley, Prince, doing it to his old team. Spent his freshman and sophomore year at Homestead before transferring to Lures. Finds the edge. There he goes. Pushed out inside the 10, and gotta let him finish it off.
Gotta let him.
Presley pushes his way in. Lures takes a 7-point lead. Homestead would answer with a field goal, but here come the Knights again. Norman Kanapke dialing up the deep ball. Finds Jamek Johnson over the middle, and there are no white jerseys between Johnson and the end zone. Knights go up 2 scores all of a sudden. Homestead trying to answer just before halftime. Jake Archibald up top to Griffin Little. Tough play, but he does come down with it. This is the last play of the half for Sparty. They need to get in. Little can't find the goal line, and that big stop would turn out to be massive for the Knights. They win it on a last-second field goal tonight. 38-36 your final.
What a big upset there. Dwenger, they can take sole possession of first place in the SAC with a win over Southside. Saints ranked #1, numero uno in 4A coming in, and they're fired up at Zollner, but the Sanctuary, they didn't like seeing this. Neither did Jason Garrett. Opening second half kickoff, Greg Humphrey catches it on his own 7. He finds the hole, breaks a few tackles, and there he goes. 93 yards on the kickoff return. Southside's first touchdown of the year.
Play of the night nominee.
They get it in style, but unfortunately for the Archers, the game was already over by that point. Dwenger responds on the ensuing drive. Patrick O'Keefe keeps it himself on 4th down to keep the drive alive, and then a few plays later, Devin Tittman. A lot of Tittmans there, and they're all pretty dang good.
All pretty good.
Everyone goes left. The cameraman goes left.
There he is.
And he goes right. He goes right into the end zone. Saints roll 47-20. They move to 3-0 and first possession of the SAC.
Head over to Wayne. Student section looking strong. Generals looking to make it 2 straight wins, hosting Northrop tonight. First drive of the game for Wayne, and Northrop defense stands tall. The stick from Antoine Scott. Bruins D comes up with the stop, but Wayne's defense would do the same. Bailey Mirzo back to pass. Tristan Purnell puts his face in the dirt. TP with the solo sack, so Wayne gets the ball back. And here they come. Devonair Kelsaw making his 2018 debut, and we know what this guy can do. Brings the juice, bounces outside for some good yardage. And that would lead to this. Brandon Young catches the Northrop D sleeping down by the goal line. Bruins made this one interesting, Justin, but it's Wayne that holds on in a shootout. 41-40, the final.
This one was not a shootout. To Charger Field, Camden Childers and Carroll bringing their hard hats to work against Northside. Second quarter, Chargers up 9. Legends trying to drive. Ronald Collins, the third, looking deep on 3rd down. He overthrows his man. He's picked off by Lincoln Lance inside the 10. Chargers take over, and they wasted no time marching right down the field. Gavin Vogt looking deep, and he hits Childers up over the top of the Legends D. 44-yard pitch.
He got mossed. That dude got mossed.
He got mossed. A couple plays later, Vogt looking Childers' way again. He hits him for 6 from 6 yards out.
My goodness.
Carroll takes the 16-point lead, and they were far from finished.
Man amongst boys.
Neither was Childers. Late in the quarter, Carroll driving again. Vogt hits Childers on the short route. Mr. Childers does the rest. Breaks a couple tackles.
All right, time to go.
And dives for the end zone. Another TD. Hey, how about this? A cool 10 catches, 253, and 4 touchdowns. Carroll rolls 51-8.
I'm leaving after that. Over at Spooler Stadium, Snyder looking to rebound from their first conference loss in 2 years, hosting Concordia. Look who's back in town. Lawrence Johnson paying him a visit, and there was a whole lot of Snyder in this one tonight. You think they were angry, Prince?
A little bit.
Already up 16 late in the 3rd, adding on to it. Lenny Bennett takes the handoff, somehow gets through the hole, headed for 6, dives, but he's ruled out at the 3.
You gotta give him that, ref. Come on.
I mean, but it'd be fine because, you know, he's going to finish it off, as he does. Panthers go up 23. Later in the quarter, more from Snyder. Deuce Taylor rolls to his left. Alonzo Derrick, the deep ball. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the K-Det 21. And a few plays later, it's Anias Lockett finishing the drive with this 17-yard touchdown scamper. Panthers, they're right back to their winning ways. 37-7, your final tonight over Concordia.
Let's head up to Bosco now. An NECC matchup between Garrett and the Eagles tonight. First quarter, Eagles on the attack. Jake Folk takes the handoff and pushes his way down the right sideline. He rolls inside the 20, gain of 25 on the play. Way to finish that run. But the Railroaders would make a stand. Eagles going for it on 4th and goal. Sam Farney able to track down Tom Richards for the sack. Garrett takes over. Second quarter, Bosco with the ball in the red zone. Again, another 4th down try, but Garrett again makes the stand. Craig Smith, the first to tackle Sam Wood. Forced the turnover on downs again, and then first play of the next drive. Yeah, Garrett, Levi followed. He gets picked off by Jake Folk. He'd take it back for 6, but there's a little bit of laundry on the field. Gets called back because of a penalty. What? No problem for Bosco, though. They go on to win 31-15, your final.
Still a good highlight, Big 6. We head up to Jimtown. That's where we find Angola tonight. Justin, we said last week these guys just don't lose regular season games anymore. They just don't. Angola 4th down on their opening drive, but there goes Jarrett Gibson, also an emerging star. Quarterback keeper, wills his way to the 1st down. That drive would stall, brings out the field goal unit. Eric Cockcroft, 35-yarder, punches it right through. Angola at that point leads 3-0. Next offensive series for Jimtown. Trey Washington gets the carry. dodges a couple tacklers before he's knocked out at the 25. Jimmy's would work it all the way down to the 1-yard line. They tried the quarterback sneak with Clay Campbell, but Angola having none of it. Stand them up, Hornets. So from the half-yard line, they go to the tailback. And Angola again says, no. Defensive stand again for the Hornets. How about that? They get another big win, 31-14, and they remain, yes, undefeated.
How about this? West Noble, they top East Side tonight 32-13. First time they've been 3-0 since 2005.
Okay.
And Central Noble topping Fairfield 42-0.
So Fremont played a school up in Michigan. I don't know how you...
Lenawee Christian,
the thesaurus Justin Prince says. 45-6 over Fremont tonight. Lakeland rolls over Prairie Heights, 28-6, your final there.
Let's head up to Plymouth now. Warsaw, they're taking on the Tigers.
Taking on Plymouth.
Plymouth.
They are the Tigers.
Excuse me. Warsaw 3rd and 5 from the 33. Josh West looking downfield. He gets sacked by Tristan Sims. Ball's loose. Ezra Winkle takes it all the way in for a Rocky touchdown, and Plymouth goes up.
Any laundry on the field there?
7-0.
No, that one counts.
Doesn't look like it. Late in the first, Josh West, he's going to have the keeper here. He grabs 5 for the first down, but the Tigers, they're held to just a 35-yard field goal from Harrison Nevis. It was 7-3 after one.
Here's the field goal.
And it stayed close the entire game.
Shout out to Harrison.
But Plymouth wins this one tonight, 32-29 in OT. That's Warsaw's first loss of the year.
Big one in the ACAC tonight. South Adams playing host to Bluffton. 7-3 Starfires pick it up in the 3rd. James Arnold keeps it himself, gets in for 6. Lead is now 2 scores. Feed not exactly cooperating. That's all right, though. Starfires would get more. Later in the 3rd, Starfires down by the goal line again. This time they hand it to Christian Somerset. And there'd be no more scoring from there on out. Final tonight in Burns, South Adams moves to 3-0 with a 21-3 win.
Couple other ACAC scores. Adams Central goes on the road, gets a big win over LaPel, 49-21. And Woodland picks up their first points and win of the year, 33-14 over Heritage.
Jay County, they lost to Huntington North last week. They bounced back with a big win over Southern Wells tonight, 51-19, the final there.
Southwood, they stay undefeated with a 20-0 win over Northfield. Manchester goes on the road, gets a big win over Wabash, 36-29.
To the Three Rivers Conference, Tippecanoe Valley, 36. North Miami 7, final there. Maconaquah 33, Whitco nothing this evening.
And finally, our play of the night. It's really a performance of the night, and it belongs to Carroll's Camden Childers for good reason. Mr. Childers, just have a night, young fella. 10 receptions, Pete. 253 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. Probably none better than the one you see right here. Carroll gets the big 51-8 win over Northside.
You think he's a D1 prospect?
I think so. He's only got one offer, but I think that changes.
He looks okay.
I think so.